We're not going to start with John. We're going to start with Jeffrey Wright, who got cast as Commissioner Gordon. I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen him and stuff. He's in Hunger Games. He plays Felix in the new James Bond movies. He's been a character actor for years. So what do you guys think about that? I guess the two first. One, what do you think about him playing Gordon? And two, if people didn't believe it already, this is the official confirmation. This is not a prequel to Ben Affleck's Batman, as Commissioner Gordon in that world is a white man. So unless something really strange happened, maybe Gordon found some chemicals, but this is like officially not a prequel to Ben Affleck's Batman. But what do you think about those two? Then we'll get to Mr. Hill.
Yeah, I was really excited actually just seeing that casting. I'm trying to think, because I know I've seen him in Hunger Games, but I feel like there's another movie. Because what did you just
James
say?
Bond. He
James
plays
Bond.
Felix in like Casino Royale and Quantum Solace. He's did you ever watch Westworld?
No,
he was in that. But he's a guy that just pops up in like a lot of stuff all the time.
So I've definitely seen him here and there, and I've never saw him. There's no like disrespect or anything. I never saw him as like a big lead actor or anything, but like he's just so good as like, I don't know, like a not necessarily
supporting player.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like he does his roles very well, and just picturing him as Gordon, it's one of those things that I didn't think I needed it, but man, like it totally makes sense, because I'm trying to think of the Gordon from like the Nolan trilogy.
Gary Oldman?
Yeah, like I when I saw that, I was like, man, that guy's like perfect casting. That guy is just...
Did you say from the Nolan trilogy?
Did I just say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought I misheard it.
What do you think I said?
Wow.
I'm curious now.
You're on a roll today. Colonel Kirkland,
Yeah.
you don't want a white guy in Star Wars. You piece of shit. You're being racist towards me, man. You're
The
oppressing me.
F-tier scooper over here.
Yeah.
Taylor Field.
I feel attacked. I'm a white man.
Is that a headline?
Oh, it is. Yeah, Taylor Field doesn't want white men in Star Wars ever again. I'm going to run that on Geek First. That'll be the title of this episode. And then hashtag release the Snyder Cut.
No, but yeah, just it's one of those things that I didn't think I needed it, and I'm really excited actually. I feel like he'll be, because this is obviously Robert Pattinson's movie, right? Yeah. So I feel like it'll be a cool dynamic between those two. It's still kind of weird for me to picture Robert Pattinson as Batman. It's not like I'm one of those people that is so like against it or anything. It's just I need to like see him in the suit or something.
You need a trailer. That first photo. Yeah.
For sure. I still picture him pretty pale from Twilight. No, I'm kidding. I'm not one of those guys.
He'll still be pale now. He'll be out at night. He's not getting much sun, right? Yeah.
That is right. He's just got like the exact same makeup on.
Same hair and everything.
Yeah.
He sparkles in that sunlight. You're like, what the fuck's going on in this movie? Why is he? And then they're just like, he's just playing Edward Cullen now. I was like, what the hell's going on?
So yeah, I almost called him Felix. What's the actor's name?
Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright. I'm really excited for that.
Taylor, do you think it was the right choice, or well, yeah, probably because you didn't want no white men in Star Wars. So you're probably in Batman now, right?
I honestly I can't remember like what movies I've seen with this actor. So
have you seen him, or do you not even know if you've seen him?
I don't even know if I've seen him because I haven't watched like a lot of the James Bond movies. Like I've watched like Octopussy and Skyfall. That's about it.
And he didn't watch Octopussy because he thought it was a James Bond movie. He thought it was something else.
Oh yeah. But it's no, I'm down for it. Like so this is a prequel to Ben Affleck's Batman, or like you have to explain this to me again because I fully don't understand this.
How do you not? How could it be how can it be your prequel? It's not. That was because so many people, when Pattinson got cast, was like, oh, it's still going to be a prequel to Ben Affleck's Batman. It's a younger Batman. But if Jim Gordon in that universe of Ben Affleck is white, and now Jim Gordon and Robert Pattinson
DC is all over the board, so I don't know at this point. But
no, it's not a prequel. Like maybe they got to come and say, but it's not a prequel. It's going to be its own off thing. I don't know if that means they're going to retcon it or Flashpoint into DCU, or if it's going to be like Joker and be just its own trilogy by itself.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a trilogy. I think it's going to be Nolan style by itself, just Batman World. That's it.
Okay, because I didn't fully understand all that. I never saw any headlines of them saying like this is a prequel, this is a non-prequel to Ben Affleck's Batman.
George Lucas is producing the Batman. That's why it's a prequel.
Oh, good. I love that idea.
Ahmed Best is playing the Joker.
Oh boy.
Means I think you're gonna die, Batman.
No, I'm excited to see him in this performance. I got nothing to go off.
Yeah,
of,
you're excited because you've never seen him in a movie before.
Yeah,
I'm Hunger or what's the second Hunger Games called?
Catching Fire.
Something. You haven't seen that?
I've seen the Hunger Games, and I've seen what is it? Isn't it Mockingbird or? Yeah, Catching Fire. That is the second one. He's in there.
He's like the smart guy that makes traps.
He's not gonna remember.
The smart guy that makes traps. Weren't they all like kids though?
No, he's
He's
a
a
dude.
full-
He's a full-on dude.
So
Full-grown dude.
So while Taylor
Man.
thinks about that,
I need a picture here. What's his gentleman's name
it's
here?
on Facebook. It's on our Facebook. Do you not watch our own Facebook
He
for our
doesn't follow us
thousands
on
of fans?
Facebook. He doesn't
Yeah, I don't
follow us.
follow.
You didn't for years,
Yeah, you didn't for the longest time.
Don't say years. That's big fake news.
decades,
That's a
a
headline.
millennia. This is just he'll get back to us. Yeah, it's great casting. Right when I saw it, same thing as Kirk was like, that fits. That's perfect. It makes sense, and it also makes sense because we had heard rumors going around that they're looking at, because the first rumor was after this story broke, it was a few weeks ago that it came out again, that Mahershala Ali was the first choice, but then Blade came around and then he turned it down. And it makes sense when we heard those rumors about Jamie Foxx and Giancarlo Esposito both being black actors. I'm happy. That's the thing. Jeffrey Wright is not my first choice because I like other actors there, but he's not my last. Jamie Foxx is definitely my last choice on that.
Like Mahershala Ali. I think I just butchered his name. I apologize.
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you prefer him over?
Wright?
Yeah.
If, let's say, Blade wasn't a thing, yes.
Really?
Yeah, I like
Wow.
Jeffrey Wright, but same thing as Giancarlo Esposito, who plays Gus. I think Jeffrey Wright is a great, good, solid choice. I just don't think he is like in my top 15 of actors, but he's
Okay.
not someone where I go where he got cast and like, I'm worried he's not gonna pull off. Right when I see him, like, oh, that's just a really good choice. Someone like Jamie Foxx, I went, I don't like him as Gordon. This isn't working for
Did you
me.
see Django or something?
And, well, no, watch Robin Hood, and you'll know why he shouldn't play like an
Oh,
Alfred
okay.
Gordon like character.
Should I watch Robin Hood?
No,
Yeah.
no, not at all.
You totally should.
It's a Dark Knight ripoff, legitimately. It's crazy. They do the exact same plot points. There's a Two-Face plot point. It's nuts.
That's funny.
And then that's why, because I've seen some people with all these rumors, and some people like, oh, was he just looking for a black actor? One, if he was, I don't think he was looking for that just for like a diversity sake. I think what he might be looking for, because if that was with the rumors and all those 4 actors and maybe other people of color were circling around Gordon, I think he's going to do a take where if you look at, let's be honest, cops and black African-American people don't have a great history. They've had many, even you could probably look at something 2 weeks ago and they've had some terrible situation where a cop has treated a black person terribly. And that's not every cop. I'm not getting that debate, but it is a known issue in America specifically, right? So think about Gordon. If he is a black man and he is in this world where Gotham is a real city, Gotham is the most crime-ridden, worst place in America, and you're going to have a black man who is the commissioner of all that. That's where I think they might be playing it up if he was specifically looking for a black actor for Gordon. And I think that's something new and something fresh of, you got cops and black people who have had for many years lots of very tenuous, intense relationships, not trusting relationships, and now you have a guy who's a commissioner, the lead of all that. That could be something really unique and something really different, especially like I said in Gotham, where like you're dealing with
There's so much corruption.
you're dealing
and
with
stuff,
human
too.
crocodiles. You're dealing with the Joker. You're dealing with the fucking guy who just read boxes of Riddler. So that's what I think when I saw it. Just like, oh, he was looking for diversity. No, I think he wants to take this approach of let's change up Gordon. Let's do something different. Because nothing about Gordon, he doesn't have to be white. The only thing would have to be white is if that's where the character is specifically written, where he has to be white because of this, and this. You know, like let's say they wrote a character that was a villain and he was a slave owner. Then you couldn't right away, like you couldn't retcon and make him black. That's why with Black Panther, he needs to be black because he's a part of an African culture. You know, where Bruce Wayne, he could be black one day because you know about Gotham, it's a fake city that doesn't exist. So nothing about Gordon says he has to be white.
Yeah.
So I'm all for the casting as far as the actor and the change of color, because
Yeah.
it didn't matter when Nick Fury was cast as a black guy. Nothing changed. It's just the same
Yeah.
character with a great actor in there. So it's just this debate comes up every time. You know?
Yeah, no, I totally like in the same boat where I think changing the dynamic for it, it'll be really interesting because they could play off those things that they couldn't have if they had just like another white actor playing Commissioner Gordon, because like you said, Gotham is just so crime ridden, and like what we saw,
It's the scummiest, shadiest place in the world.
And,
Like
like-
if it's real, you're supposed to believe that. Everyone's crooked.
Yeah.
Everyone's corrupt. You know.
No, totally. And like even that we saw from like the Nolan trilogy, there's just so much like corruption in like the police force itself. And I feel like they might play on similar like corruption tones that the Commissioner Gordon's kind of battling, like obviously like out on the streets as well as in the department. So that
And
whole
plus a giant bat that we don't know if he's going to be friends with to start with, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to be like, what's the deal with this guy? That's what I asked you guys. Do you think, where would he start? Is he going to be commissioner right away? Is it going to be like Nolan, where he was like just a detective and then he became lieutenant? Like, where do you think in his career? Because we've heard about this Batman where it's not his origin, but it's like it sounds like he's maybe been Batman for like 2 to 3 years. So it's not the first year, but he's still newer to it. So where do you think Gordon would be? Because in my ideas, I think we start the movie and it's like Gordon's first day as commissioner. Like that's the beginning of the movie, and it's like that back and forth with him and Batman. Maybe
I feel like it'll be similar, where similar to what you're saying. How
we
it'll
had
be
that
early.
idea, right?
Yeah. We brainstormed this before the cast. No, I totally agree with you. I feel like it'll be really early into his commissioner career, and oh man, I just shot a big blank. I don't know what just happened there.
Don't want to be shooting blank.
Oh man, that was rough. I had a total outline of what I was going to say.
Well, you think, Taylor, where do you think his Gordon career will be as like commissioner? Where is he?
I like the idea. You got it?
Yeah.
Go.
Thank you.
Yeah, go. You'll forget it again. Yeah.
I was just going to...
we're going to move on to the next topic. Jonah Hill.
I was going to pose you this question. Do you think that since Batman's been around for 2, maybe 3 years in Commissioner Gordon, do you think like they've been working together this whole time? Or do you think in the movie they'll reveal like... technically, because Batman's a vigilante, Commissioner Gordon will be trying to capture him, and then because we know they're going to be like talking or
they're
discussing.
Always
yeah, exactly.
I don't know, because in every movie, not counting Justice League, because J.K. Simmons was in Justice League for 30 seconds, and they set up that Batman and him know each other. In Batman, or in the very first Tim Burton Batman, they didn't know each other. In the Nolan one, they had to meet up. So we've kind of got that every time. So it's tough because for something new, I'd like them to have established relationship already, but at the same time, do you kind of lose that bonding if it's just already there together? But I don't know. So I think my heart would say I'd want it to be that they've been already working together, but my head will say it's still relatively new, and Batman's still like a myth, it's still they've seen a cape, they've seen quick images, but they don't have a photo of him, they don't know if he's even real, but I don't know, because that's kind of the same thing they did when Batman Begins. So maybe maybe it will be established, maybe they will have a relationship, because but then again, like I said, then you miss that bonding thing, you miss the first time he could trust him, right? So I don't know. It's tough which way you go. But if I predict money, I'll say that they have a relationship going into. Even if it's newer, they got a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's going to be just... I think he'll already be in the force, and he'll be probably, like, not just, like, a detective, but he'll be, like, something, like, higher up, because, like, judging by his age, I feel like they'll probably make him, like, already, like, gone through, like, the years as, like gone through detective and moved up in the ranks, so he'd probably be up, like, lieutenant or something like that.
So you don't think commissioner, though? You don't think running the
I don't think he'll be commissioner yet, and I do think that since it's obviously, like, Robert Pattinson just starting out as Batman by, like, a couple years, I think it'll be, him setting up that new relationship, and people don't know what he is or anything, because even, like, in the Tim Burton, Michael Keaton one, you get the sense, like, okay, yes, they don't know each other, but then this is obviously this is Batman just kind of starting out like new, because like they just hear sightings and they don't know what he is. And then obviously in Batman Begins is when he is officially just starting out. And then it makes sense with Ben Affleck's, because he's very well aged and he's like been doing it for a long time, so it makes sense that he's already got that relationship. But I think it's a relationship that you want to see, connect and grow, because it helps dive into more of the story with Bruce Wayne's character, I feel like, and how he's connecting to the people around him, because he's obviously an isolated guy.
Yeah, so. And like I feel like Commissioner Gordon, again, Travis knows a lot more about Batman than I do, but I feel like he's kind of the link from, like, for Batman to kind of like the rest of the world, or not necessarily like just the police, but just
to get a pass and stuff.
Yeah,
100%. Like if Batman needs a file, Gordon's gonna give it to him and stuff like that. Or it's like, should we look into Batman? No, he's a good guy. So that's my only worry. Like I said, what you bring up, Taylor, is just because they've done that twice now. Him being the new one, would they do that again? Right?
Well, I don't think people remember how things went down the Tim Burton one,
Probably
and
not.
I think it's been a long enough time that people are like they'd be okay with it in. If they do a similar thing as they did with the Nolan trilogy, like with Bruce Wayne.
The movie's coming out in 2021. That would be, that would be 17 years after Batman Begins.
Yeah, I think that's a long enough time.
Yeah.
So I think that...
It's true.
Yeah, I think that people are still thinking about like Ben Affleck and how he just like he already knew Gordon. So I think it's long enough. 17 years. When the first Batman Begins came out? 2005. I was in grade 5 when that came out. Holy shit!
I was in grade 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you. No, you weren't. That's an F scoop right there.
So let's move to the very interesting one. Were you not done?
I was just I forgot to mention this earlier. I don't think I answered your question on because you asked two questions. One, whether I like the diversity,
Casting.
like the Cassidy.
Yeah.
The Cassidy. I don't know where that name came from.
Shooting blanks.
But like the diversity change or just like the actor in general, I feel like whether they weren't going the route of like changing his ethnic background, I would have been totally down for that actor.
I agree.
As that role.
I agree 100%. The only reason I threw it was just because there was those other rumors and all of them were all black actors. So that's why I thought maybe he was looking for that. But if honestly it was they auditioned 25 actors and like half of them were white, half of them were black, and he got it, then that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they need to play up the racing. I just think that would be an interesting thread to pull on because you got to make Gordon somewhat different. And then because like Taylor said, there is like a long time pass, but you don't want to make it the exact same as far as
they
like
can't just rehash.
Yeah, like he's meeting Batman, he doesn't trust him, then he trusts him. Even then, take the approach of maybe in the first movie, Gordon's still like, fuck Batman. Like, I don't trust that guy at all. He dresses up as a bat. Are you kidding me? Like, this guy's a fucking psychopath. So
totally.
That's what I mean. Like, I just want something different because that's what we're at that point now. Look at Joker. We're at the point we've had 5 different, like we've had Adam West, Keaton, Christian Bale, George Clooney, Val Kilmer, Ben Affleck, and you can even count Kevin Conroy for The Voice, among others. So we're on our like 8th major Batman. Now let's start getting weird and let's start changing stuff up, you know? And I'm not saying we need to like go Jared Leto Joker stuff, but let's like just change some sort of things. And, you know, people... And this is the thing, people might say they're going to call me out because I'm not a fan of the BVS thing, but that's where I just think the storytelling wasn't done. I'm down for, you know, you want to do this violent Batman. It's not my take, but fine, let's do it. Let's make it. And my other problem was always that it was a main continuity. I'd like that as an Elseworld, but still, fine if you're going to do that. You just got to write it good. And to me in BVS, it wasn't written good. So that's where I want stuff that's different, but I don't want it just for the sake of being different, but I want something different that's well written, you know? So when I say that, I'll just give some context because I can see someone call me out, you know?
For sure.
Oh, you don't know the Young Avengers.
They'll always take you out of
Miss
context.
Marvel wasn't on the team. Go away. I'm reporting a rumor. I didn't create this. I'm not, we got this covered C F tier. I just report the news. I don't break it.